Hey, alright. So, this is Bad Fat Panda, and this is my second vlog. I didn't do one last week. I didn't do one last week for a variety of reasons, but it kind of came down to, in the end, the fact that I was really busy, and then the weekend came over, and I was like, well, that ship has sailed. Let's get one ready for the next week. So, this will probably be out on Wednesday or Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, whenever I have time to upload it. I don't know, a lot of shit has gone down in the hashtag esports world over the past ever so often. Uh, if you have not checked out Destiny's blog, which kind of started the whole thing, then it was all of these tendrils flying off in God knows how many directions. There were just, it's like something starts as a catalyst, and then every pro that has thought similar thoughts came out and decided to write their own version of events and try and get a little bit of a name for themselves or whatever. Not to say it's a bad thing. A lot of them had very valid points, and I'm actually really I think it's a good thing that pros have such a kind of transparent image in the public, that they're able to say stuff like this and not get thrown out of just no, there's the door, get the fuck out. That wasn't actually the door in my room, which is kind of weird, but whatever. Also, sorry for my appearance. I have just this sweatshirt, and I don't know. Fuck. I haven't shaved in a couple days, but it doesn't show because I don't have to fucking shave every day. It's so awesome. The day that is not the case, I'll be a sad panda. But I don't know. I think it's really good that Destiny came out and said what he said. He had a couple very valid points, but I think overall, the whole, if this doesn't change, SC2 is a sinking ship. He did a lot of comparing SC2 to League and Dota. In numbers, I think we will always be outclassed. Those in the SC2 kind of realm of things will always be outclassed by League and Dota. They are a much more casual, friendly game. Dota is actually relatively difficult. I got a beta key over the weekend though, so I'm looking to, when I do have time, I'm looking to get a couple games in with that and see where it's at, because Dota, in Warcraft 3, that was the reason I played Warcraft 3. I played a little bit of ladder. I played more AOM competitively, but Dota was where it was at in Warcraft 3. I just dropped endless hours into that game. I think I touched about it a little bit in my last video, so I won't harp on that point, but it was fucking awesome. And I am, I don't know, I'm interested to see what they do with it. And of course, Blizzard All-Stars or Blizzard Dota, whatever the fuck they're doing, as far as IP rights and whatever. but, SC2 is an RTS. It has a complete and utter monopoly over the entire scene. It has, and this is the big thing that I don't think Destiny, if he hinted at it, his point was very weak, because you have to acknowledge the fact that League exists as an esport and in the professional scene solely because of Riot's involvement in the game. They are pumping money at League of Legends to make it this huge competitive thing, and they have awesome numbers to show for it, 1.1 million viewers tuning into the Season 2 finals. Dota 2 has Valve's involvement wholeheartedly. They are throwing so much fucking money into the game, and it's still in beta. Can you imagine what will happen when the actual, the alpha version of the game is released? No, you cannot. None of us know, only the heads at Valve know. StarCraft is this scene where we have a lot of fucking money being thrown in from various corporate sponsors. And a couple entities like DreamHack, who had Bucharest over the weekend, IEMs, MLGs, IPLs, there are all these people throwing money into the scene. And then you have WCS. Now, BlizzCon and WCS, if you look at the StarCraft 2 scene, will you say that BlizzCon and WCS, BlizzCon of course in 2010 and 2011, and WCS this year, as there is no BlizzCon, holy shit. It's also getting late, and I've just tried to conduct Chichester Psalms for way too long. Fuck that piece. Fuck conducting. But would you say that they are representative of the sole involvement in this esports scene? No, you would be a complete and utter fucking retard. And I'm sorry if you thought this, but you have to take a look at your life, mate. You're a complete and utter fucking retard. there are MLGs, there are IPLs, there are all of these other events, and it's not really the case with League and with shit. Screen went on all black on me. I'm not racist, but yeah, I mean, there's so much other money getting thrown in here, and if a company has the option to say, well, are we going to go for game X, Y, or Z? I guess like X, X, or Y, because both are MOBAs, Dota 2 and League. It's not like they have to choose all the, like, just 100% one or the other, black and white. They can throw a little bit of money here and a little bit of money there. Obviously, they would like to support what will get them the greater viewer numbers, but a lot of the major organizations in the scene, like if you take a look at EG specifically, EG has a Dota 2 team. EG, I don't think actually has a League team, and it has a StarCraft 2 scene. The StarCraft 2 scene, it's a very well-oiled machine. They're a very big name. They have a huge amount. Like, look at the sponsor packs. On when you log into their site, it's astounding. They have a huge amount of big names, and they're all sponsoring them. And that's a team specifically. That's not like an event. League doesn't have all of these like subsidiary lands all over the place. Yes, it's getting picked up a little bit here and there, but there are a lot more people throwing money into the StarCraft scene because it is kind of carrying the RTS torch. There was that's not the only thing, right? So Destiny's post and then all of the other posts that followed it, Grubby's included, it's not like this whole, well, League of Legends will kill off SC2. No, it's not like that's going to happen. And I don't honestly think that they assumed that was what was going to happen either. Another thing is the fact that Blizzard really hasn't been showing all that much care for the game. I got the Heart of the Swarm beta over the weekend. I've been playing it a little bit. It's hard to get a judge on things because the matchmaking system and the amount of people that are participating in the beta is very low. So you're either playing tip-top pros or like Joe fucking Schmo who sucks. And it's very difficult to get a judge of like how things are balanced. But having said that, there are definitely more than a few problems with the game. And I think that some of the things that they're trying to do kind of were misdirected. And ended up not being like taking Warhounds out of the game, and the fact that Heart of the Swarm was dedicated to, from the Terran standpoint, make mech viable versus Protoss. There's no, like, people cite Morrow beating White Raw a couple times as mech being viable at the tip-top level. Morrow loses way more games to way worse people than him than he should, simply because mech is god fucking awful and Whittled Minds are imbalanced, and once they get patched, it'll be, I don't want to say non-existent, because people can still take games off of people with mech versus Protoss, but it's not what they want. Like, it's not you put X amount of skill in and player B puts X amount of skill in and you win solely because mech is viable. It's not like you putting 10 times the amount of skill in as the opponent you're facing and winning because he sucks. It's pretty much what's happening on Morrow's stream if you watch it, if you tune in regularly. And then when he plays somebody good, they can have long contested games occasionally, but more often than not, player B will exploit something that mech really sucks at right now that they were trying to fix with Widow Mines but made them ridiculously overpowered. Reaper's fucked up TVT. TVT is a fucking bastardization of what it was in the early game. It's just you doing ridiculously safe builds that hinder your economy solely because your opponent is all-inning you, and he is exploiting the fact that he can't be successful in Wings of Liberty, so he's all-inning you to kind of compensate for that. In Heart of the Swarm, he can get Grandmaster, yeah! But I really fucking hate TVT. TVT late game is awesome because of the BC upgrade and because of Widow Mines, because they're actually pretty cool. But I really hope that they fix them. That tangent aside, Brood War was the game it was because of the Brood War expansion. SC2 has yet to have an expansion. Heart of the Swarm is in the beta. Wings of Liberty was in the beta at one point. Roaches had 2 armor and cost 1 supply. Just let that sink in. And here we are. Wings of Liberty is actually a pretty fucking well-balanced game. there were a couple things that Blizzard did along the way that really were outliers that should probably not have happened, but people compensated for them just the same, and we have a pretty well-oiled machine. So I don't really think that Destiny's post is an ultimatum of sorts. Blizzard obviously got a little bit of negative press, so that they'll approach this however they see fit. And I think that the whole, like, on State of the Game came back too on Thursday, but the whole, like, esports conference with a bunch of pros, that's not really what's going to happen, and I think a couple people came out verbally and said to the contrary after what they had stated on State of the Game was happening with cats and everything, but I think they're looking into it. I don't think it's going to, like, be a black and white change overnight. Yes, there are certain things that Blizzard could definitely fix within the game, and I think that they could show the public better that they're actually trying. But that doesn't mean that SC2 is going down the crapper. It will always be there. It is the RTS. Until an RTS competes with them, then they can do really whatever the fuck they want. Yes, it may not get as many viewers as League of Legends or Dota 2, but SC2 is a hard fucking game, and it's very difficult to understand if you don't play it. League of Legends is not as hard of a game, but it is free to play, and it's pretty easy. The learning curve isn't all that steep, and you can get a basic understanding that makes watching it doable. I still don't think that LOL as an esport is where I want to be spending my time. I don't find it fun to watch at all. I think that StarCraft 2 is an awesome game as a spectator, and I think that League is awesome to play, but it really sucks as a spectator sport. You can disagree with me on that. That's why they're called opinions, but that's just mine. And I'm not, like, brown-nosing. I really like to play League of Legends. It's a pretty fun game. It's not stressful. You can stomp noobs very easily. It's like your friend giving you an account, and he's in bronze, and you just go play games on that account when you want to give no fucks. That's what League of Legends is. So yeah, I really don't think that Grubby's post. If you check Grubby's post out on Team Liquid, I think that is a pretty cool. He basically gave a couple points that not really summarized, but took some things from Destiny's post, added a couple things to him, to his posts, and it was very, very well formatted. Sase's post, if you read that post, I think it was misguided in the sense that it included a lot of personal frustrations that he was venting. I think that I understand his point with that. I'm not saying that it was bad that he did so, but it could have used a little bit more than a cursory post venting in, like, the period of 2 hours. I think Grubby knew what he wanted, had a very good idea, and he added to it over the period of possibly, like, even a day, a couple days, to stew over what was an issue there. So I will not talk. I've been going probably way too fucking long again. I don't know why. I don't know why this keeps happening. This is only the second time, so you can't really call it anything. But I don't know, if I have like a 40-minute video for next week, then you'll know something's up. But I had a lovely dinner, and I would actually like to go watch me some MCSL, because Empire is playing, and I really fucking like Empire, because I'm a Terran player, and I like to watch Terrans. ZVZ has improved a lot over the past couple months. PvP is still, like, if you watched all of WCS Asia, like, every single fucking match, you are a champion, sir. I commend you, and or miss. And also, DreamHack Bucharest. It's not like the Terran field put up a couple good games, but I think that the lack of really, and I thought, like, I cared about that tournament specifically because I really fucking like Bly, and I really fucking like Nurtio. And it was very enjoyable for me to cheer on Bly as he tore through Protosses, which is, like, easily his best matchup. And people were like, whoa, who is this guy? And I was like, it's Bly. He fucking rapes Protoss. And it's good for him to show that, because he very rarely does well at LANs, and this is really good for him. It's going to give him some exposure. So we also did a charity stream, raised a couple $100, which is pretty cool, on Saturday, the same day as Bucharest, and a little bit into Sunday as well. But we will be, BeastyQT is actually going to be competing in a show match against Slavic on Saturday. I'm not sure who's going to cast that as of now, but tune in regardless, as it's going to be a pretty fucking good match. Beastie is a very, very skilled Terran, and he's been willing enough to let us throw money at him and get him set up with a series of show matches that he's going to be doing against basically whoever the fuck we can get. So if you would like to suggest any people that would, within the realm of possibility, a lot of people say yes, but they charge unreasonable fees for the exposure that we would get and the exposure that BeastyQT would get. I think him 5-0ing Eider is not really worth $250. Unless Eider's been like really on top of his shit lately, then he may like win a couple games. But I don't know. It's interesting. We'll see. I'm always one to cheer for like the home team. I live in Philly, so I would be rooting for North American players if they could put up a fight. But right now, not really looking too fucking good. Illusion had a good run there, and Suppy over in wherever the fuck his debut tournament was. I believe it was in IEM. I forget which. But that was a pretty fucking. Oh no, it was DreamHack. Yeah, it was DreamHack ISO Open in wherever the fuck it was. Yeah, for remembering shit. All right, so with that, I'm going to cap this video off. If you'd like to follow me on Twitter, that'd be awesome. I'm assuming that if you've watched this this long into the video, you already have done so. So I commend the people at the end of the video. I'm trying to like look around for anything that would like be worth your time in watching this video, but I can't off the top of my head. I'm gonna try to do that every week though, like reward the people that last the 1 minute, and then eventually people will catch on. Fuck them. You are far superior to them for watching this entire thing. But also it's just me rambling, so I really don't feel like this would be worth the view, but if you have done so, I commend you, sir. And that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Peace. Have a good week.